Hi everyone. I have a bad habit of talking too much and giving away too much of my personal lifestyle information, and it makes it easy for people to leverage that to their advantage. So, if people know that I have a mid-sized coin collection. It's not that big, but people, especially people younger than myself, might think it's a lot. And they may start to wonder, when we're doing some kind of ride sharing or some kind of deal, like why they need to pay me so much. And it's annoying because I actually put a lot of effort into putting together the coins and the other investments. It's not really that much for my age at least, and people. See, it doesn't help that I look a lot younger than my ID age. People they when they look at me without looking at my ID and they hear about all the experiences I have, it gives the wrong impression. Um, the other thing is I sometimes let people know that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I like to put on a good face, and sometimes I really do enjoy the things that I'm doing in these side jobs that I do on Craigslist. I just did some tutoring yesterday, and the problem is when you let people know that you're enjoying what you're doing, they don't feel guilty about negotiating harder. I had been lowballed earlier this year. I was doing some tutoring, and this was a kid. He was 14 years old. And after the tutoring sessions, I'd be talking to his mother, and I would run my mouth. I was driving a Honda Accord at the time and taking a lot of road trips. I was living in my car at the time, so to help pass the time on the weekend because I really didn't have a home in order to relax. I would often take a road trip to just throughout the Washington, Oregon, Idaho area, and was talking to them about it. I think his mother might have figured out I was living in my car, first of all. Second of all, she might have decided that, if I were driving 15 miles each way to go to the tutoring session, that it was part of my adventures, if you will. And as a result, she didn't feel too guilty about scheduling the tutoring appointments at her home. And also, she didn't feel too guilty because I'm always talking about computer games and computer science related stuff. Her son was getting tutoring in computer science. He was taking an AP course. Her mother might have just assumed that, I'm doing all the stuff I love to do, driving to her home and tutoring in computer science, which was true, but which she really didn't need to know, and I talked too much about it. Yesterday I did some tutoring, and I really had to resist talking about these things. I talk way too much. Um, I think it's really annoying that when I do these odd jobs that my anti-aging kind of works against me. People think I'm 18 years old working on my first job, and they feel they can pay me nothing. And they might assume that I'm still living with my family. I have my bills taken care of. This is just extra money to go out with my girlfriend next week. People might really assume that. I actually got asked one time which high school I went to. That like I was, as if I were still going to high school. And I think it was like, do you go to so and so high school or something like that? I can't remember the exact question. But I had to bite my lips, and I should have just mentioned my actual ID age at the time, instead of pretending. I see. I'm too smug about it. It's yeah. My anti-aging really is working though because I recently dated a 17-year-old girl, and unfortunately it works against me when I'm doing these odd jobs, which I never understood. I mean, if a 3-year-old can do a job very well, I would pay him what I would pay anybody else, based on what he's worth. I don't get why people do this, but The anti-aging combined with the fact that I let everybody know everything about what I like to do, it really, really works against me. The other thing is, I got burned by this one time. I had been responding to somebody needing tutoring on Craigslist, and I had mentioned my credentials. I have a PhD. I had won a number of computer game contests, among other things, and I had showed the prospective student and his family a YouTube video of mine talking about various computer programming concepts. And it backfired because the family probably looked at it and thought I was kidding about having a PhD because of my anti-aging. And they were like, they sent me an email saying that something to the effect of, well, it makes I'm wondering why somebody with a PhD would even bother with such a low-paying job. And I mentioned, well, this is what I like to do, and I'm currently in between jobs as it is, and I think I could do a good job with this tutoring. And I never heard back from them. And I think the anti-aging worked against me in that case. But even still, I think anti-aging has had many more positives than negatives. I mean, certainly just dating that 17-year-old girl is worth all these frustrations. And besides, it's really the student's loss that he's going to look at my age and just be done with it. Like I said, if I need tutoring and a 3-year-old is the best person at the job, I would hire him in a heartbeat. But I think that the bigger problem was that I ran my mouth. I had been doing some ride sharing one time. This was when I was driving. I was actually driving a Mazda Tribute at the time. This was 6 years ago. And I had ran my mouth about how I was going to go see my girlfriend and how excited I was and what we were gonna do. I was talking about I can't remember what I was talking about. Just things about seeing her and stuff about our past, and I was talking about when I get to Pittsburgh, which coin dealers I was gonna go to and what kind of deals I was gonna steal. And my rideshare partner, all of a sudden, he wants to stop in where was this, near Buffalo to say hi to some friends. And so I pulled into their friend's driveway and I let them go stop off at their friend's home. And half an hour passed, then an hour, and I went in to see what was going on. And I told them I'm just gonna go off for a few minutes to look for some food. And I came back and they were still no sign of this ending. And the problem was I didn't collect the money up front, and as a result I had to let them finish. It was 2 hours. Then we headed back to Pittsburgh, and because they took so long, I got so tired along the way, and I ended up stopping about 60-70 miles from Pittsburgh to get some sleep, take a nap. And we finally got to Pittsburgh, and they very reluctantly paid up. They were like, "Oh, gee, Andrew, what? It's a 6-hour nap?" And they conveniently forgot it was because that they had taken such a long break that caused me to get so tired near the end of the trip. You have to remember, we left at like 4 in the afternoon from Rochester. I was supposed to get to Pittsburgh at 9 at night and get some sleep. It didn't turn out that way because of how they had stopped in Buffalo for 2 hours. We kind of shifted the blame to each other. They blamed me for sleeping 6 hours on the highway. I blamed them because they took so long in Buffalo. They didn't blame me, but I realized that the reason they felt they could do that was because I was way too friendly with sharing all of my stories. this is a routine that I do a lot. I'm trying to think where else I've done this last time. But I tell so much that people know how to leverage stuff off of me. Um, Trying to think where else. Uh, well, obviously, dating is an obvious way this comes up. The girl, she knows what I'm looking for. It's kind of weird though because I'm not looking for sex, and unfortunately, a lot of people, sometimes at least, they reject me outright because they think I'm a crazy guy looking for sex. It doesn't bother me that much that I get rejected, but it's annoying that people are misunderstanding my intentions. But at least they're not leveraging off of my intentions in that case. So yeah, yesterday when I was doing the tutoring, I really had to hold myself from talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and it kind of hurt. So that's why I'm making this video. Thanks for watching.